ZEAL Education Society, redefining excellence.
Good morning. I'm Sriharsh Nadgoda pursuing Diploma Ed. Today, me and my group have made a presentation on the topic Electrical Estimation and Contracting. So, in this presentation, we are going to get some information and understand some basics of estimation and contracting. We are going to have a look at some topics like information about contracts, electrical contracting, what is estimation, functions of an electrical contractor, eligibility criteria for a contractor license, documents included in an electrical contract, conclusion and references used, as well as some sources. So, in this slide, we are going to see what is a contract. A contract is a legally binding document between at least two parties that defines and governs the rights and duties of the parties to an agreement. So what is a contract? As it says, a contract is a document between two parties that defines the rights and duties of the parties to an agreement. A contract is a legally enforceable law because it meets the requirements and approval of the law. A contract typically involves the exchange of goods, service, money, or promise of any those. In the next slide, we are going to see about electrical contracting. So what is an electrical contract? So if we consider an electrical contract, an electrical contract is a document regarding any electrical activity which is to be done. For example, if we consider a contract for maintenance of a machine, an agreement between two or more parties for the doing or not doing for something specified, an agreement which is enforced by law. So, what does the electrical contracting tell us? That it refers to any of the electrical work or business related. This is done by an electrical contractor. So, in the next slide, we are going to see what is estimation. So, in this slide, we are going to see about some information on estimation. As it says, estimation is the process of finding an estimate which is value. This value is used for some purpose if the input data may be incomplete or unstable. Estimation is often done by sampling, which is counting a small number of examples, something, and projecting that number onto a larger population. In the next slide, we are going to learn about functions of an electrical contractor. So what does an electrical contractor do? As we can see that the contractor is a business person or firm that performs specialized electrical construction work. The contractor is a person who takes contracts related to design, maintenance, etc. of an electrical system. So now let's move on to the next slide. In the next slide, we are going to learn about eligibility for receiving an electrical contractor license. This slide is an extra slide and that I have added to give some extra information about eligibility criteria for getting an electrical contractor license. As it tells us that first a person needs to be an Indian citizen who is domicile of respective state and who has attained at an age of 21 years. Second most important point tells us that the person should have at least passed the 10th standard as per the government norms. Above mentioned are some of the main points to be considered for getting an electrical contractor license. In this slide, I am going to mention some documents which are included in an electrical contract. We can see four main points that are tender, quotation, purchase order, and bill. In the next slide, we are going to see what is a tender. So, in this slide, we are going to see an important concept, tender. Here, I have got all the information regarding electrical contract documents from Avin Electricals company. So, tender is a proposal and document an electrical estimating company will submit regarding an upcoming electrical project. It is usually a brief overview of the company, including its history, size, etc. In the next slide, we are going to learn another important document, which is quotation. So, what is a quotation? As it tells us, a quotation is a formal statement setting out an estimated cost for a particular job or service. Here, I have attached an image of quotation document from Avin Electricals company. You can check it out below. In the next slide, we are going to learn about another important point, that is purchase order. So, the purchase orders are digital documents that outline the purchasing terms and conditions to which buyer and supplier must adhere. Here, below, I have attached two more images of purchase order from Avin Electricals. You can have a look. In the next slide, we are going to see and get some information about the bill. So what is bill? It tells us that it is an account of separate cost of goods sold, services performed, or invoice of work done. Here below I have shared an image of bill of an electrical contract. So in the next slide, in this presentation, we have understood about some important documents included in an electrical contract. So, what is the job of a contractor? Important documents included in electrical contract, concept of electrical contracting. In this slide, I have shared some references that I have used for making this presentation. In this slide, I have shared some sources that I used for making this presentation. So I hope you have understood about some important points like electrical contract. Who is a contractor? What is the function of an electrical contractor? What are all the documents which are used in electrical contract? Thank you for watching this presentation.
ZEAL Education Society, redefining excellence.